Hey, how's your day going?
Terrible. I don't like how people are so prejudiced these days.
Well, what do you mean? People are in prejudice.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
You dumb.
At least I'm not prejudiced.
Now that I can agree with.
Good.
So let's talk about prejudiced people in this strange world of ours, shall we?
Sure. Let's get to it. You start while I think of some good ones. And boy oh boy do I have some good ones.
In some village out west, my friends were being ripped off from the bollocks because they were using the scales to rip people off.
Yeah, I was gypped as well, until like my friend, Marguerite, when she was trying to get a job.
Well, did she ever get the job?
Eventually, she got the job, but she had to take a lot of tests. That reminds me of the Montgomery boycott.
What was the Montgomery boycott?
It started when Rosa Parks would not give up her seat on the bus for a white man. Since she would not get up, she was arrested.
Well, why was she supposed to give up her seat?
Well, back then, blacks were not free. Because of the law of segregation, blacks had to give up their bus seats to whites, if needed.
So what did she do?
After she was arrested, a man named Martin Luther King started a boycott. This boycott was where the blacks would not ride the bus system for 13 months.
Why did it take so long?
Because they didn't want to stop until they won, but little did they know, it was illegal to boycott.
So what happened to them?
The law of segregation was overturned, and blacks became free.
Well, that's awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the guy who got away with murder?
No, when did this take place?
Last week. This guy murdered an old lady. Then his lawyer got to the bottom of it, which led him to be tricked by the murderer's ex-wife who wrote a fake note proving him innocent. So, he got away with murder. Pretty messed up, huh?
Yeah. Some people these days. Sounds like my friend that died in the fire trying to save his sister.
No way.
Yes way.
What was wrong with his sister?
She was mentally handicapped. She couldn't get out of the house on her own. Her brother, Owen, died from burn injuries.
That sucks.
Tell me about it.
That sounds like my Japanese cousins.
I thought they were Jewish.
Nope. They are Japanese. Well, anywho's, they had to go to camps, because America and Japan were at war. Anyone that was Japanese had to go to the camp.
Well, that sucks. I'm glad I am not Jewish.
Japanese.
Whatever.
Anyways, it reminds me of my friend's family. Their mom wanted to give their mentally challenged girl the family quilt. But the other daughter thought she would mess it up and use it every day. But the mentally challenged kid got the quilts anyways because the mom ended up giving it to her.
That's crazy. What a selfish sister to want the quilt all to herself.
I know, right?
Yup. Anyways, all your talk about a family reminds me of two other families.
Two. Wow, you're getting with the program, aren't you?
Yeah. Anywho, as I do's, there was this one family where the boy looked up to his brother, and the older brother always gave advice on life in general and to never give up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now what other family was I going to talk about?
Maybe the one where the servant helped the boy who had snake venom in his eyes.
Ah, you know everything about me.
I try.
And you do good, gosh darn it. Anywho, as I booze, yeah, this family's servant helped the boy get venom out of his eyes with some kind of plant he found. Then some scientists came to try to get the plant, but the servant refused to give it to them because it was his secret and he didn't want it to be known by everyone.
How selfish.
You're selfish.
At least I'm not Prejudice.
Yeah, you got me there again.
Sure did.
So, how can we sum this whole conversation up?
People have always had to deal with prejudice. Unfortunately, it still goes on today with all the ignorant people in the world, but at least it's not as bad as it used to be, as you can tell with these stories.
Exactly. Well, it's been nice talking to you, Chris.
You too, Mrs. Killian.